Well, Ouyen United Kangas report. And it's an exciting season. I reckon that the bloke who had COVID a couple of weeks ago, he's now had a heart function problem almost because his nearly heart would have stopped when he was trailing at three-quarter time. Andrew Wilsmore joins us. How are you going, Andrew?
Oh, mate, yes, the heart rate's just come back down again. We live to fight another day. So we got there in the end, an incredibly tough, tight game. But, we walked away victors. So very happy with the result.
I'm going to cover off on that in just a moment. I'm going to go firstly, though, to Orimple going down to Wentworth, 10-9-69, Orimple 6-11-47. Now, I want to talk about Orimple here. We'll talk about them when we preview your game against them. I want to talk about Wentworth. What's happened with this big ruckman coming back? Unbelievable. They've won again, and he has turned the tide. Yet, everywhere I read, it looks like Wade Hancock is what everyone's talking about, but got a feeling that might be more to it.
Yeah, there's certainly a big Nick Jensen factor. Their ruckman came back in after being injured, and he is an out-and-out star. Controls the game all around the ground, and it's pretty much simple. When he plays, they win. So, came back in, totally unexpected result. I thought Orimple would have got up there, but the Nick Jensen factor, my friend, is alive and well. He will take some stopping in 2 weeks, whoever comes up against him.
Okay, let's look at then Orimple's goal scoring. Pazanetti with a couple, Rhodes with a couple, and a side that is, just for mine, don't kick big enough scores. I've said it about the Ouyen United Kangas through the year. Well, I have a feeling that Orimple have got a forward issue in the same light. They've got a gun back line, magnificent midfield, but it looks like to me, as an observer from outside not watching the game, it does look like to me that they've got a little bit of the same problem you blokes have got.
Yeah, look, 6 goals in a game, let alone a final, is probably not going to win you the game. So Wentworth back 6 are brilliant, incredibly well structured, and they obviously done the job on them on last week. So, yeah, when you go out and kick 6 goals, you're probably not expected to win. So, yeah, they have a similar issue to us. We probably don't kick enough goals, big enough scores to really put other teams under pressure. So, yeah, we'll try and expose it, I suppose, and see how we go.
Talking of them, they had a big win, of course, a couple of weeks ago against Redcliffs. Pazanetti kicked 5 out of 21 on that occasion. But the preceding games against Orimple, against Imperials, I should say, against Merbein, they were kicking 10 and 11 goals to win a match of footy. And that's, I guess, my point against the good sides. They beat Wentworth, for instance, at 10-14 to 4-4 when the big ruckman for Wentworth was out. So the point, I think, is that Wentworth have got home, not just because of Wade Hancock, but because the opposition's forward setup isn't kicking big enough goals against the top sides. Now we'll go to yours and your massive game, because you play another week of finals. You've made the finals. You've had a struggling season in the sense of not getting the same team on the park, 6 or 7 changes most weeks. We thought that there was a danger game against Robinvale Euston because they beat you on the last outing, and you came home with a wet sail. A 5-goal last quarter, 10-11-71 to Robinvale Euston, 9-7-61. That is a magnificent win, given that Valence, your top forward, went out early in the game.
Yes, we lost the co-coach and our power centre-half forward 15 minutes into the game with a little bit of a hamstring twitch. So he walked off, and look, in all honesty, we thought it's going to be a massive uphill battle from here. So we stayed in the contest, just ground away for 3 quarters, not really threatening too much. We certainly didn't have control of the game, and we were that forward line rotation short. So there was holes getting plugged all around the ground, trying to work out our best matchups as to what could win us the game. And yeah, just our final last quarter, there was some standout efforts by a couple of individuals, which really got us over the line. So it was a great team victory in the end. We'll take it. It was a very, very tough grind, but to kick those 5 goals in the end and finally break away, and look, it was still up in the air with only a couple of minutes to go. So very, very tight game, and we were rapt to get the win, mate. We go again this week and try and repeat that effort.
You got to say, Dale Wilsmore, 2 goals, vital late goals, absolutely crucial. Sam Mead, 2 goals in a tight fixture where only 10 goals is kicked to win the match. A 2-goal kicker is like gold. And Daly, Heath Smith, Kane Stevens and Brad Valance all on single goals in the match. What a performance in the end to get through. It was a top flight effort by your side. Okay, it then brings us to what will be a massive game of football this week in the preliminary final. Orimple, they're a side that this year they've been a nemesis for you. And previous years, I mean, we go back to before COVID, and I think in 4 seasons your Flags came against Orimple, and I think in the second or third they beat you in a grand final. So there's been a very rich rivalry that's built up between the Swallows and the Kangas.
Yeah, certainly. Ever since we joined the league, that first year when we won the Flag was against them, and it's been a battle ever since the prevailing 6 years or whatever it's been. Look, we just match up so evenly. They're an absolute quality team. They're structured very well. They've probably been have been the form team along with Wentworth all year. They've been pretty consistent. So they certainly are a quality outfit. There's no doubt about that. We do match up on them very well. There's only ever a goal or 2 in it, usually, when we play. So it's going to be a battle. Whoever settles, gets rid of the nerves, gets some early scoreboard pressure on and gets their structures right, will probably win the game because, that's so important in a final, just to get your nose in front and, try and control the footy. So, yeah, it's going to be a struggle. I'm expecting a very tight game.
Oh, very tight. From your side, obviously you've got to bring players in and out. You lose Valance. You've got one omission. 2 new players come into the side.
Yep, Joey is back after he's been away for several weeks, so he'll come back in and replace Brad Valance. So we're a forward short. Ronnie McKay will also come in for James Morrish. He'll also give us a bit of scoring prowess. So we're really trying to build our forward stock and just help Dal and Kane and the forwards down there to try and kick that big enough score. Look, very tough when it comes to selection this week. For the first week we haven't had any COVID or we have the one injury other than the other ones with Benny Mole and Liam Munro, but all of a sudden, which you want to have this time of year, is pretty much a full list to pick from. So there were certainly some players that were very stiff to miss out. Always happens when you have a list to pick from. So hopefully we can get up over this week, and if the boys keep training and putting their hand up, there's still a chance that they can come back in. So, mate, we're just going to put our best team out there, what the coaches believe it is, and we'll put our best foot forward and see how we go. A
real big dip. Let's go back to Underbull, and this is on the 14th of May. I know it's a long time ago, but you love that Underbull Oval, and you won't be pleased for me to remind you that Orimple beat you 11-11 to 8-5 on that occasion. Pezzaniti with 3, Robinson with 3 for them, but they only kicked 11 goals, and your side was still trying to form a nucleus of key players and didn't have Gregson at that point in time in your side. Then let's move forward to round number 13, because then you took them on at their home deck at Henshelwood, and it was an absolute blinder, 6-6-42 to 4-15-39. They didn't kick straight. They probably let you in that day, but what a game that was.
Yeah, certainly. We certainly got away with one then. They didn't kick straight, but I think you touched on it. Our side is a lot different and a lot more settled than what we were early on in the year. So Timmy Gloucester down back, whoever he lines up on is just going to be in for a ridiculously tough day. He done an unbelievable job on Johnson last week. I think he only kicked 2. Just wore him like a glove, and he's having an absolute career best season. Tim down back, so Andy Jardine down there as well, just provides experience, bigger body. Really happy with the way our back line's been performing. Our mids have been excellent. We just need to kick that bigger score. Get a few more contributors with some goals, and look, we're certainly in the mix.
No, not just in the mix. You made a good point about Ryan McKay. Last time the two sides met, he kicked 2 goals on that today against that very good Orimple defence. So I think that's worth pointing out and reasoning for his selection in the preliminary final side. It's at George Gordon. How do you play the Dare to Noble? How do you go up there?
Yeah, no, we like it. It's a ripper ground, nice and big. So we like space to move in and control the footy and switch it around from side to side. So we're happy to be up there. Obviously, if Wentworth had have lost last week, we would have been playing Wentworth on their home deck in a preliminary. So that wouldn't have been ideal for us. So we're actually happy that they got through. It's a neutral ground for everybody. So look, we hold no fears with the ground. We really enjoy playing up there, and it's a ripping deck. So I think that you can't go out on a limb and predict anything, but it's going to be a close game, and we fully expect to be very, very competitive.
I reckon so. I reckon not just competitive. I think the Kangas can win this game. Jack O'Shaughnessy needs to find the footy and get an early goal, get some confidence. Gregson will need to go into the midfield and give Kane Stevens a bit of a chop out. The youngsters like Grace will be playing for their lives. Like they will not believe the speed and pace of this finals game. This will be an absolute ripping game of football, and the poise back for the two Jardines coming back late in the season will be added benefit to you blokes. Staunton in the mid, Heath Smith's a good player. Perella will have to get first use against the big Chiswell, but I think the Ouyen United Kangas can beat Orimple and set up an absolute belter of a Sunraysia Grand Final. The New South Welshies versus the Mallee boys. Wouldn't that be something, Andrew?
State versus state, absolutely. Yeah, I think whoever wins this one will take some amazing amount of confidence into next week, and I'll go out and say whoever wins this one will actually beat Wentworth next week. So if we can get up and over the line, we're in with a really, really good chance. So we'll certainly get out there and have a crack. It's going to be a nail biter. It's going to be a ripping game of footy. The weather looks like it's going to be good. The sun's going to be shining. So unless it's blowing a howling gale, which we don't want, it's going to be a ripping day for footy, and we expect a very, very tight, contested contest. And hopefully, mate, we can chat next week, and I'll be still celebrating.
Oh, good stuff. Tell you what, we've just heard from Caitlin and the Nettie girls, so it's great stuff for the Kangas to be alive in season 2022. And Andrew Wilsmore, good to talk to you about it.
Cheers, mate. Have a